Everybody. I figured I will you guys a little bit of my own writing process. I have music that I'm going to write here. I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but I figured why not let you guys in on the process. So I produce mostly what's called soul jazz and crossover jazz. Today I'm going to be working on a song. Well, basically, I'm working on refining one song, but I will be also working on a song kind of in the vein of George Benson's Breezin'. And Breezin' is a song that, I love. So basically, to be able to follow along with me, really all you need to have is a good ear and know enough music theory that chords make some kind of sense to you. So I'm going to walk you essentially through what I'm doing as I do it, and hopefully you can get something out of it. If not, that's cool too. So this song right now doesn't actually have a name, but it kind of goes a little bit out of key. So the chord progression. First of all, it's in C major. So here's what the root sounds like. Right? So there's your root, or your tonic. And as I always say to my students, no, I'm sorry, there's no gin. So instead of starting on the root, this thing basically only resolves once. So yeah, I think that's what I want. So one thing I've been meaning to do is I've been meaning to change this to A major 7 add 9. Or really just A major 7 9. And yeah, so this was just something that popped up in my head. It wasn't something that I really overthought. It was just kind of this melody. Right? So you can write that a multitude of ways. Like the easier way to write that would be to stay in the key of C. Right? But when I change that cadence, when I do, right, it sounds cooler. So that's the whole idea there. So now that I have this A section down, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work on the B section. So the B section is similar to the A, where it uses the same pickup note. It always starts on 4E and 4E and a 1, 2, and 4E and a right, sorry, I played that terribly. 4E and a 1. 4E and a 1. And then I just started again for the A. Now, I was torn between leaving that pickup there or not, but I decided not to. So here's the bridge. 2, 3. Yeah, no, that. So I'm battling about what chords these should be. I think since I ended on A, which is the 5 of the 2 in this case, so basically A is the 5 of D, that I should start with D minor. But I really want to change the chord here. I just can't figure out what I want it to change to. 2, 3. Okay, well, I guess that kind of works, but not what I'm looking for. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I'm now having conflict between using E and not using E. I used E after the first part. So here's the D. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. Right. So now I can reuse the same thing, and I do. 2, 3. 1. That's what it is. So 2, 3. Okay. So this tune essentially is kind of supposed to be kind of a groovy-ish tune. Then there's the D minor. 2, 3. Yeah, it needs another chord there. I guess I could just go back. I could do D and 2. Yeah, let's make that F major 7. So for those playing the home game, F major 7 and D minor are the same chord, more or less. It's just the F major 7 uses the 9th of D instead of D. As a pianist, I would simply play, like if I was going to play this chord progression, D minor to F major 7, I would just play the same right hand while the bassist played different bass notes. And now I'm thinking maybe I want G there. So D. 2. Yeah, let's try that. So a lot of music writing is just kind of experimentation. And since I'm doing jazz right now, the experimentation is key. When people write pop music, there's a lot less experimentation. So let's see here. I was going to put, I guess, G, add 9 there or something. I don't know. But that may work better. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So 1, 2. 2. Yeah, okay, so now I'm gonna do that same motion here. I'm noticing I tend to use 2 chords per measure here. The next song that I write, because you guys aren't going to get out of this very easily, the next song that I write is going to be like a 3-6-2-5-1. It's going to be based on a George Benson song. So anyway, what I like to do is instead of just playing my melody, and since I'm a decent vocalist, I could sing my melody too, but I also like to just soak in my chord progression. So here's my chord progression for that confounded bridge that I'm working on. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Question mark. Okay, so this part here, which I guess you guys can't really see, I wish you could. But I have 2 bars and I need basically another 2 to end this phrase. Now I know I'm going to want to end it on E, or at least I'm 99% sure, but now I need to hear what E sharp 9. Oh, okay, yeah. So let's just use E sharp 9 there. E7 sharp 9. And then I'm going to do a 2-5 and basically do, I don't even know what this is. I don't think this is like what kind of cadence this is. But basically, I'm going to go from A minor to D7 and then kind of do and then go to the F. Because that doesn't, yeah, so that D7 doesn't work for my pickup. So basically I need some kind of a B minor there before that. But yeah, so I was just kind of improvising over that for a second. So, four. I'm really playing with that major minor relationship. When you listen to the chord progression, so here's D major, and then I go to D minor, then this E sharp 9. I was like sharp 9 chords. Right? So this song really avoids the hell out of playing C at any point, right? And the idea is that I need it to, I want it to be ambiguous that way. So let's check my battery here. So yeah, this is my first live session. I haven't done anything live pretty much ever. So I'm sure I'm getting like no viewers right now, but I figured gotta start somewhere, right? So again, excuse me while I look at my battery. Oh, nice. It's dying. All right. So basically, all I'm doing is, I guess I'm just going to add a little bit to this. But let's get to my little George Benson thing. So that's a song that not only do I need to name, but I need to give it a actual ending there. So that's another one on the shelf. There's this George Benson song which just uses like something like that, you know. It's just 1 6 2 5, I think. It's called Breezin'. I'm gonna change. Yeah. Okay. And this is going to be just a melody completely off the top of my head. So this starts on 3/4. 4 1. I gotta put something back to me now. We all need some book to lean on. So yeah, I should note that a little. Four. So 5 4. Oh, that's 3 4 1. Okay. 3 4 1. So C of some kind, A minor of some kind, D minor to the G. I'm thinking that's going to be F over G since I tend to like slash chords. So 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 and 1, 1 and 2 and 1, 1 and 2 and okay. So this is part of my writing process. It may not be part of yours. Even when I write pop music, I actually physically write it down because I may be apt to forget it, you know? Okay. And plus it allows me to look at it a little bit better theory-wise. So then this would be C, A minor, and then we'll just have D minor and then F over G again. So okay, that can't be just one part because it's only 2 bars. So it's only 4 bars. So we're gonna make 4 and boom, boom, one and 2 and 3 and 1, 1, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's what I want. So that's definitely tied. 1 and 2 and 3. So it's on the end of 3. And then that D and it's also on the end of 4. I'm going to tie that over. So 1 and 2 and 2, 3 and 4 and. So this is a very, very simple melody. And it's that way for a reason because I'm modeling this again after George Benson's Breezin', for those who are popping in right now. Anyway, yeah, so I have 2, 3, 4, 2. Okay, cool. So now I'm just going to go in and I'm going to fill in the rest of these chords here. So this would be C, this would be A minor, this would be D, this would be F over G, and then C, A minor, D minor, F over G. All right, cool. So this, now I have an entire A section for this. And if I wanted to, I could just basically write a different melody so that way it would be a B section. But I'm kind of unsure what I plan on doing. When George Benson did this, he had this kind of, how did it go? I'm sure it was an E, but it was like. So I'm leaning towards following his ideas, not doing the call and answer thing. I mean, maybe I will, but I'm definitely just gonna have it just be a solo over that chord progression. So yeah, thanks for stopping by for this little episode of how I write. I'm probably gonna do some live stuff of the pop music I write soon, but this is just kind of a preliminary, a preliminary test. I haven't done this pretty much ever. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take it easy there, YouTube.